Hello and welcome to my world. This video is being recorded on February 7th, 2023. And you probably know by now, considering this series of videos I've been doing, going through boxes, finding stuff where my mom, who passed away just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago actually, well, she kept a bunch of movies, things on VHS. And there's another box. That's right. This box was originally for a Vicks Cool Mist humidifier, but it's like my mom never threw away boxes. If she could find a use for it, she would. She would. If the box was good, she would find a use for it. It's like things falling off the table here. It's like the Xbox Series S controller, for example. Anyway, I have only like three, maybe four more boxes, and one of them is just another shoebox. So, basically like the Nike shoebox that we had a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so that video will end up being short when I grab that particular box. So let's see what's in this one here. You probably already saw already, but we got a few things here. We'll grab the first. Oh, we got some winners here. And some not so winners. So, we're going to start with the movie that damn near killed comic book films. Steel, starring Shaquille O'Neal. And not exactly sure why, because this was in my dad's collection. I guess he got it from me and my brother to possibly enjoy, but boy, was this an awful movie. And the thing is, though, the character of Steel in the comic books, the character of John Henry Irons, who debuted during the multiple Superman saga, when in the aftermath of Superman's death in the battle with Doomsday. John Henry Irons was a really damn cool character. Matter of fact, I think I have a few issues from that run, specifically of Steele's early incarnation in the comic books. So eventually, I do got comic book boxes, so we can go through those at some point. There's an idea. Hired to Kill, starring who? I don't know who this is. Brian Thompson, who was apparently in the Terminator and in Cobra. I don't know, but the dude kind of looks like John Cena. So safe to say, I never watched this, and I can imagine how the hell you get this tape out of this box. Anyway, next. I talked about this recently in a recent tier list video. Judge Dredd, starring Sylvester Stallone. I will defend this. I actually think this is a very good movie. In terms of, granted, a lot of people have issues because Dredd has his helmet off, but when you actually look at the story and what's being told, I find it to be very good. I actually like it better than the Carl Urban film, actually, by a wide margin. Apparently this was paid for 99 cents. Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, Megan Gallagher, starring in The Ambulance. Well, it stars Eric Roberts, so how good could this actually be? My guess is not very. Apparently, well, this tape has a copyright date of 1993 on it. and clearly from the bargain bin at 99 cents. So, oof. On VHS, we have The Terminator, and this is the 1991 VHS release of it. What can you say about The Terminator? Great film. Clearly, iconic in terms of making Arnold Schwarzenegger a major star. One of the few films that where he's actually the villain. He's not actually, it's that and Batman and Robin. I'm really struggling to think of another movie where Schwarzenegger plays a villain. And speaking of this, we have Conan the Destroyer, which is the sequel to, of course, Conan the Barbarian. This was the 1991 re-release. So it kind of makes me wonder. I think we had Conan the Barbarian. I'm not sure if. Did we find Conan the Barbarian in another box? You know what I should have done is actually write a list and going down a list. But, oh well. Live and learn. What we have here. Something starring Ben Affleck and Uma Thurman called Paycheck. I've never seen this. Apparently from the director of MI2, Mission Impossible 1 and 2, Face Off. Oh, it says, I guess, definitely Face Off. So what, is it a John Woo film? Yeah, it is a John Woo film. I don't know. Maybe I have to look into that, because John Woo films are good. Two Schwarzenegger films. Total Recall is like, again, awesome movie. A lot of the great visuals, some of the great makeup work, particularly with some of the Mars mutants. Just a great movie. Didn't see the remake though. And Commando. I believe this is the re-release, and I think we bought this. This was gotten from a video rental place that was going out of business in the area. So we had a few video rental places here in Camden. Excuse me. Act of Vengeance. It's a Charles Bronson film. And that's all I know about it. Next. More Schwarzenegger movies. We got True Lies. Again, we talked. Matter of fact, the next three movies we actually talked about on that 90s action movie tier list that I posted a couple days ago. So, True Lies, and of course, Last Action Hero. True Lies, excellent movie. Last Action Hero drags too damn long. It's too long for its own damn good, actually. But it's not. Schwarzenegger may get top billing on it, rightly so, but it's more about the kid in it. Danny. I just remember the character's name of Danny Madigan, but not sure the actor's name. Backdraft, I was right. We did have this in the collection, and probably when we got this tape was probably when I last saw it too. So I was like, it's been a while. Maybe I should sit down and watch it again. If I ever decide to do like movie reactions, I definitely have a library of stuff that I've only either seen once or it's been a very long time ago. Movie called Kill Point, starring Richard Roundtree, who of course Shaft. Looks like this tape was at least produced 1984. From what I'm reading on the back, it makes no damn sense. Must have been a very, very limited release or made for direct to video or something or other. Clearly did not see it. Absence of Malice, starring Paul Newman and Sally Field. I have not seen this. I didn't even know we had this. So clearly, 1981 movie came out. Tape released 1989. Seems like it'll be a good movie. Maybe. Who knows? Definitely a good movie. It's the movie where Chuck Norris takes a dive to Bruce Lee, Return of the Dragon. That's right. Chuck Norris takes a dive to Bruce Lee because the only way Bruce Lee could beat Chuck Norris is because the script called for it. That ought to piss off a few people. Released on HBO Home Video. Amadeus. Excellent movie. No real complaints about it. Only seen it a couple of times, but never beginning to end. I always caught it like somewhere in the middle. But yeah, definitely an excellent movie. Tom Sizemore, Nas, and Steven Seagal in a movie called Ticker, and clearly a bootleg. Tom Sizemore and Steven Seagal in the same film. Well, 2001 apparently is like, whew. Okay. Another Charles Bronson movie, Assassination. I've never seen this, and I'm not even sure whose video collection this was in. It was not in my dad's collection that was in this house many years back in the 90s, not my mom's collection for sure. Then again, my dad did buy a lot of movies and stuff randomly when I was not living here, so clearly a bootleg. Dustin Hoffman, John Travolta, Mad City, and I say it's a bootleg because of the back here, although I could be wrong on that. And again, I could definitely be right on that. I can't tell. Never seen it, so not much more I can say about it. L.A. Confidential, Kevin Spacey. We're not going to say that. Russell Crowe, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. I've only seen this once, and I can't remember if I liked it or not. I only watched this once. I've seen the movie once, not necessarily because I would have seen the movie. Tombstone, Abby Huckleberry, excellent movie. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, so we have that, and boy, did this tape been through the wars. At least a box of it. Domestic Disturbance, starring John Travolta and Vince Vaughn. Again, this must have been added to my dad's collection after but I can't tell when for sure. Let's see. From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money. This was in my mom's collection. Matter of fact, I know exactly where we got this particular tape. This was over at the gallery. It was a mall in Philadelphia. Matter of fact, we picked up a couple movies. Matter of fact, my copy of Ghost in the Shell, we got this. My copy of Ghost in the Shell on VHS on the same day. And Kurt Russell, Executive Decision. Again, we talked about this on that movie tier list a couple days ago. Again, it's like you look at that movie tier list and you go into these boxes. He's like, yeah, I've seen a lot of action movies. Granted, there are a lot of movies I have not seen, but still, like we definitely raised on good stuff. Uh, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, starring George Lazenby. Um, Clearly an underrated film. I feel if George Lazenby was given more of a chance, he could have been easily the best Bond because this is actually one of. This is a lot better than. This is better than anything Daniel Craig did. It's definitely. I'll put this in that tier as like, okay, you will go from Russia with Love, Goldfinger. Obviously, definitely better than this. I was struggling to come up with another Bond film that's actually better than On Her Majesty's Secret Service besides those two, like Goldfinger and From Russia with Love, or top tier. On Her Majesty's Secret Service is right there. Has like one of the most gruesome deaths too in any Bond film as it relates to a villain getting killed off. Granted, it was more of a minion. Pulp Fiction, excellent movie. First time I saw it was on tape, and again, it's like certainly he picked up a quick appreciation for Uma Thurman. This is a tape without its original cover, but it is Scarface. I guess part 2. Fuck, how long is Scarface? This is listed as part 2. Was this part of a 2-box set? I don't see another one here. I don't see another unlabeled tape in here. Oh, that's weird. That stack is. John Wayne, D. Martin, Ricky Nelson, and Rio Bravo. I've actually seen this not on VHS. I've actually watched this on Amazon Prime a few years ago. Thought it was really good. Like Dean Martin as in westerns just amazed me when I learned that was a thing. It's like he started in westerns, so that surprised me. And Real Problem is actually a pretty good movie too. Clint Eastwood and the Outlaw Josie Wells. I've only seen this once, and I fell asleep. I do remember starting watching it, but I fell asleep watching it. I do like the Man with No Name trilogy. I do like those films. What we got here? Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury. It's like, what can you say? It's a Bruce Lee movie, and it's a pretty good one too. Is it better? Is it his best movie? People can debate that for sure. Let's see. We got Jackie Chan's First Strike. It's like this was my introduction to Jackie Chan, and that's definitely had a strong appreciation for his stunt work, and also for how screwy dubbing can be and how over the top something can be to try and make it appealing for an American audience. But Jackie Chan's First Strike is a very entertaining movie. I got no complaints about that. What the hell is this? Steven Seagal, Keenan Ivory Reigns, the Glimmer Man, and it's actually written on here. I guess it's written as bad copy, because I'm guessing this was a bootleg copy. So, guess it's like it was bad. And when I say bootleg back in the '90s and stuff like that, we're talking video cam in the theater type of bootleg. Steven Seagal, Marked for Death. I'll say this about Seagal's movies is like there's a charm to them. Mostly everything else except him. But Marked for Death it has its entertaining moments. And we got a couple more Seagal movies in here. Hard to Kill and Out for Justice. He's hard to kill. He's out for justice. He's marked for death. He's under siege. Kind of realized that they ran out of things for Seagal to be under. All of these were on Warner Brothers too, but this one was through Fox Video. I don't wonder if he was contracted to Warner Brothers exclusively, because for a time, because Under Siege and Under Siege 2 are both Warner Brothers films. And lastly, what was my introduction to? It's a 2-disc my introduction to Chow Yun-fat and John Woo, featuring The Killer and Hard Boiled. So this was like the widescreen versions of both films. It was Chinese, English, and Cantonese with English subtitles. So yeah, so it was kind of. This was my introduction to John Woo before I even saw Face Off. I didn't see Face Off until after I seen these movies, and I definitely enjoyed them. And it's been a long time since I watched them too. Not just on VHS, but just in general. So those are the movies that were in this particular box. So putting these back in here and probably put them in there a little bit differently than how Mom had them stored. Well, as I said, we had definitely a bunch of good movies in this particular box. Some not so good movies, but there were enough in here that I've seen where I can actually, talk about them to some extent. Probably should have put them back in here the way they came out. But oh well. Why am I doing this on as part of the video? Well, it's comedy. Comedy of errors, folks. That's what I'm known for. But yeah, that definitely didn't work. Oh, that works, just not. It's not ideally. Actually, yeah, I did fit them in a little bit better. We'll be able to close this box up. But not to mention, I have some duct tape to duck it up on some. So, that said, definitely got things to consider watching down the road. Give myself one of those VHS player with an HDMI input. That'll be something. Probably will be able to find one like that. Something to consider. So on that note, thanks very much. If you have any idea what I should do with these tapes, leave it in the comment section below. And of course, we'll see you in the next video, and of course every night over on Twitch. Till next time, bye!